familiar with the declaration from Occupy Wall Street? Have you read it?
No.
Oh, do you have a copy? Does
Yes,
anybody have a
copy?
There's copies of it. It's very interesting to read.
But
Okay.
it seems like we need a personal mission statement. Even
That-
they don't have a personal mission statement.
That kind of is our personal mission statement. We voted on
Our
that,
personal
right?
mission statement that we voted on was that we accept and agree with the General Assembly of New York City's declaration. And that declaration is over on the table. There's 50 or 100 of them printed out. It's not all inclusive, but it gives a general list of the things that we see as issues that need to be resolved. And the reason that we're standing up in solidarity around the world and around this country. If we want something more specific, I do agree that it needs to be put on a very visible spot where people don't have to go through the entire site looking for it. So we'll do that with a key point on an About section of the website. So at the top, people can click About Us and see what our mission statement is, see the declaration, and beyond that, maybe we can have a section in the forum that allows each individual person to say what.
Well, we have a section called Your Story.
Okay.
Where you can write an article and email it to us. We'll put it up, or you can get an account and publish it yourself. And we should put that in the About section also.
Okay. We'll also put in the About section that we have asked people to submit their stories and their opinions to Occupy Tri-Cities at Gmail, and we will put that on the website, or you can apply for an account, ask for an account, and you can post articles and your stories yourself.
Do we have any guidelines of what can be posted or signed as far as no cuss words?
Whatever that last weekend.
Yeah, okay. This is the first one. There's no cuss word, no sexist reference. Even if we're at out here, I picture the Wall Street and there's some, naked people, and which that's not going to help us get the word out.
No, we want to be appropriate.
The guidelines for things. I mean, anybody should be able to.
We established last weekend that the basically, in a nutshell, we were just like, we'll police ourselves and we'll behave ourselves, and there really has. In my opinion, we actually spent way too much time talking about that last week because we haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue we had was last week the mall cops came out and talked to us. I saw that as I was leaving. I think that's the only thing that's really been noteworthy as far as any trouble. So I don't think we have anything to terribly concern ourselves with. We've all been really well behaved. Gotten a lot of positive feedback, so I think what we're doing is fine.
We also want to be careful that we're not imposing on people's free speech too. If they want to be able to say something that may be profound to them, or something that they believe in, we don't want to say you can't do that. But at the same time, we since we came to that agreement saying that we're kind of going to be nice and whatever, then if someone does go way out on a limb, then it's their own thing,
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to add something to a point she was making. I like that you're thinking about getting us a personal mission statement, but I've been thinking about this. I mentioned this before. I spend most of my time involving myself with this, just reading about what's going on elsewhere in the whole thing. And if everybody has their own, this thing's getting so big that I've actually only spent most of the past week reading about Oakland and what's been going on there, and everything like that. What I'm getting at is that again, keep it simple, I guess, and just try to roll with the overall movement as much as possible and everything. We're a tiny little part of this, but we're still part of it. Our impact is pretty tiny compared to other impacts that are going on and everything. That's all I had. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, along those lines, in a certain sense, each person that's out here kind of has their own mission statement. You know what I mean? Everybody's out here for their own reason. So, you know, it would be almost as ridiculous as everyone writing their own mission statement because of it being a global movement. You know, there's so many cities and townships involved now that, what I was going to say is, I think that's why, at least for the website and the general direction, should probably be an educational, you know, outreach, you know, kind of getting everybody on board discussing the issues, because we don't all know all the problems and we don't all know all the solutions. So that's why we're trying to network and see what we can come up with.
Okay, I have a proposal. Over here on the table we have printed materials. We have 2 slow cookers of soup. We have coffee, herbal tea, some caffeinated tea, cookies that were brought. Thank you very much for that. Is this something that we want to do every week? We want to have provide some soup and crackers, coffee, tea.
Just whoever's going to be here, it's up to them to bring something if they want to share. If they can't afford it, that's okay too. That way there's no money spent on it. It's an individual donation.
I second that.
Thanks to everybody who came out this week and demonstrated at night or during the day throughout the week in Kennewick or Pasco or Richland. Out at Pasco, I was out there alone on Monday for 2 hours at 20th and Court, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we had 6 people: Jason, Becca, Brian, John, Lee. I'm forgetting people, I think. Friday I did not attend. I don't know who did or didn't, but I plan on being out Monday through Friday again this week, 4 to 6 at 20th and Court. I did have a few people take some cards. You know, you have to pound a lot of pavement. And I encourage everybody to meet up with their local city group or whatever, or if your group dwindles to nothing, if you can, get over to Pasco or Richland and team up with them and be out during the week.
On that note, one thing we have for the people who are demonstrating throughout the week, or actually for anybody, is a business card style printout that you can hand to people in regular paper. I can make them if you would like, or you're welcome to download it from our website and print it out yourself. Print it out 10 to a page, you just cut them up, and then you can hand them. It's very quick and easy for people. So if they don't understand what you're doing or what the movement is about, it has the website information and the General Assembly information. So definitely utilize that.
Can I say something? We're reaching a saturation point with the holding signs out in traffic. I think after a week, you've probably hit everybody who works and would drive by there normally. And at that point, you're just getting the random person who comes through seeing your message. So we might look at a diversity of tactics now, because we've already hit those spots. Maybe choose other spots, or try, like he was saying, some flash mobs or some kind of, even just walking through the mall with a sign on your chest or whatever might reach more people.
So I have a proposal on that note. I don't know how quickly I'd be able to put it together, because I'm already drowning with a full-time job and trying to get things organized. I'm sure you guys are all busy too. But if you guys can bring me a shirt, I can put Occupy Tri-Cities on the front of it, back of it, whatever you want. And I've got an airbrush and everything, so as long as you guys bring me the shirt, I can tag it on there for you. And that way, if you do decide, or if we get a good event organized where we can go out and walk through somewhere or whatever, it'll be ready.
Is there any certain color that anything?
Yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
What color ink will you use?
I'll probably keep it simple. I'll probably use black or that way.
Lighter colored.
Yeah. So any lighter colored shirt.
Okay, so basically we're going to add an about section to our website. We're not going to use a bank account right now. We're going to use accountability, just the paper, writing what the total is that's been donated so we're aware of it, we know what's going on. Items for the General Assembly as far as food and drink is going to be on an individual basis, whatever anybody's able to bring. And we're going to look at different tactics, such as t-shirts, flash mobs, different locations, things like that. Definitely please post your ideas on the website, on the forum, on Facebook, so that we can... This is a group effort, and we need everybody's input on what can be effective.
I agree that we need more purposeful events, because when there is, like with the Veterans Day thing, obviously this is a big opportunity, for the one on the 11th. And, any way that we can coordinate it, whether it's a holiday or some type of historical day, or if there's some kind of community event going on, if we can coordinate it with that, then it'll be a lot more effective, I think, in reaching people. So, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so coordination with for the 11th. Let's get an advisory out for media. So we get to have it easier to the news, and we're going to be involved in whatever it is. So find out what that's going to be, and then it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to look online, see on games, whatever,
Okay.
and find out what's going on there, and to try to get a group of us committed to being there, while everyone else is there.
Open the floor.
Open the floor, yeah.
Did you have something?
I just had a question. Was there a decision made on an inside meeting location when it gets
What was discussed was utilizing Richwood Library. They have meeting rooms that we can use that can hold up to, I think it's 50 or 70.
It's a
library can too.
That is free of charge.
it's available on the 26th.
Available on 26th next Saturday.
But we haven't reserved it, so it may not be available. But Saturday's a bad day for the library.
Well, yeah, and that's one thing I've ran into, because I've organized events at the Kennewick Library before, and a lot of times they're booked months in advance, especially on the weekends.
Well, who wouldn't want to be out here in the sunshine around these anyway,
right?
Well, yeah, but
yeah, exactly. We'll see how.
Well, the way it's going, 2 weeks from now, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, you're right.
It's super cold.
This isn't like Portland, where we have low temperatures of 50 and high temperatures of 65. Year round. Okay, well, we need to look at that. I'm not sure what the weather's been, what we're going to be looking at over the next week or two. But I know that it is getting colder.
Well, I think it's supposed to warm up. It's supposed to get pretty cold this weekend and warm up slightly this week, I think. So.
Hey, what about a coffee shop? Is there a coffee shop locally where we can go in there and just pack the place?
There's Resurgence. That's a decent place to go.
What does anybody think about that? If they're willing.
Yeah. I think any business that would be willing to accommodate for us.
And we could also make mention of said business on our site.
Hey, we're all about local businesses, So, somebody brought us a pizza when we were out demonstrating this week. It was American-made pizza. I'm pretty sure it didn't come from China.
Right on.
That was awesome. We love that.
Would it be like a good idea to try to get in touch with a local restaurant or something that opens later in the day so we could do our assembly before they opened or something? Like we could just push it back an hour or something.
Okay.
I know Atomic Ale is a local business,
right?
And the people there are really friendly. They're kind of, they're
unique.
Little hippie?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that might be a good person to contact about that. I don't think they open till, they're not open for breakfast, so I think they open around like 11 or 12.
Pizza, right?
Yeah, they do like pizza and just like sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah, I've been.
Alright, so that's 2 suggestions.
Huh?
That's 2 suggestions.
Does anybody want to maybe take it upon themselves to sniff a few of these places out?
I would be talking to the guy to come make it every day.
Alright. Do you want to talk to the coffee shop and ask them?
They're hard to get, we might as well like library, reserve them now.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll book the library. And you guys get the
Thanks for coming.
alternative
Thanks, guys.
locations.
Alright, let us know if you get the library, because if you get that, it might not be necessary to go to Resurgence.
Okay, because I know we won't have it until the 26th for sure. So that would give us the next week would be the 12th or something?
Yeah, the 11th is Friday.
And then the 19th. So we have 2 more meetings before the library's open.
Yeah.
So how about getting an online petition? People sign up for voluntary to help us update the credit card. Look at your 3 to 5 million people, man. I know, like this.
There's been, I think, nationally, I know there's a couple things out there where they're saying, I saw a call for people to just stop making tapes and stuff together. So it's one of those things where, if we had a critical mass of people, like if we already had like 50% of the population on board with it, then that would be one thing. But I think it's probably still early on to be making big civil disobedience and things like that.
Well, it doesn't have to be civil disobedience. I mean, as you say, we need a certain mass of people, but I thought of things like a no-spend day.
Yeah.
That day you spend no money. Or maybe
that won't be hard for me.
One place like, or maybe we're already boycotting Walmart. I don't know. Spend no money at Walmart.
There's an event for that. There's an event.
At Black Friday.
On Black Friday. It's already been organized. If you go on online, they've already made the call for that. So
if you don't pay your credit card, I mean, you know, like a $35 late fee, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of counter.
Right.
Yeah. They don't mind that.
Well, don't spend unless it's gonna. If you're gonna incur some overdraft charges, then by all means, do what you got to do.
Look at the Haymart Chicago. Those people sacrifice a lot more than that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like the day people forget all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just the WTO thing up in Seattle 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago in '99. That, those people were us.
That's right.
10 years ago, and nobody took them seriously. The cops went in there and beat the crap out of them. That's basically what happened to them. But we're getting a lot.
To point out that we right now in Oakland have 2 U.S. veterans who are in intensive care.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I had a couple of points that I'd like to make regarding the whole movement in general. Now, the whole movement, the Occupy thing, is going on for, about 7 weeks now? Solid, where you've heard about it in the media and everything like that. And the biggest beef I'm hearing with people who aren't behind this is like, well, what is it you guys want? What's your message? You know? Do any of us know?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear. Anybody got an idea?
I have 2 signs.
What's that?
I have 2 signs over there.
There you go. My point is, the whole movement's done well to gel together, and we're all on board. I think it's time we start, at least from our local level, trying to push for an actual agenda and an actual charter of some kind or another, you know, a